Mark, an experienced hiker, ventured deep into the dense forest near his home, hoping to find a new trail. It was a crisp autumn morning, and the sun filtered through the canopy, casting a warm glow on the forest floor. With a well-worn backpack and sturdy boots, Mark navigated the rough terrain with ease. Every few steps, he paused to take in the beauty of the untouched wilderness around him. After hours of hiking, Mark stumbled upon an unusual-looking object, partially buried in the ground. The shiny metallic surface caught his eye, glinting in the soft sunlight. He crouched down for a closer look, the object unlike any natural formation he'd ever seen. He could only see a small part of it, protruding from the earth, but its strange appearance captured his full attention. Curiosity piqued, Mark started digging around the object to better understand what it might be. Using a small trowel from his backpack, he cleared away the surrounding dirt, gradually revealing more of the object's smooth, seamless surface. He worked methodically, careful not to damage whatever it was. With each scoop of soil, he found himself more fascinated by the object's peculiar design and unfamiliar material. The object was metallic, smooth, and completely foreign compared to anything Mark had seen before. Its surface was seamless, without any visible joints or seams, and appeared to be crafted from a single piece of unknown metal. He tried to lift it, but it was impossibly heavy, rooted firmly in the ground. He pondered its origins, knowing it was no ordinary piece of forest debris. Mark decided to document his finding with photographs, using the camera on his phone. He took multiple shots from different angles, capturing the object's unique features and its partially buried state. He also snapped photos of the surrounding area, noting any landmarks that might help locate the spot again. Satisfied with his documentation, he reviewed the images on his phone, making sure they were clear and detailed. Determined to secure the site, Mark marked the spot on his GPS and covered the object back up. He carefully replaced the soil and leaves, ensuring the area looked undisturbed to any passerby. Setting a waypoint on his GPS, he made a mental note of the location, planning to return with more resources. Feeling a mix of excitement and responsibility, he started his trek back home, eager to share his discovery. Back home, Mark uploaded the photos and shared his discovery with a local online hiking forum. Typing out his account of the day's events, he included the images and a detailed description of the object's appearance and location. He knew the forum was frequented by other experienced hikers and outdoor enthusiasts who might offer some insights. He hit post and waited, curious to see the reactions. The unusual images quickly drew attention, and several commenters suggested contacting authorities. The forum buzzed with speculation and theories, ranging from ancient artifacts to downed satellites. Some users even hinted at extraterrestrial origins. Encouraged by the responses and the growing interest, Mark felt a sense of urgency. Clearly, this was something beyond the ordinary, and professional input seemed necessary. Acting on the forum's advice, Mark emailed the photos and coordinates to the local university's science department. He carefully composed his message, detailing his hike, the discovery, and the forum's excitement. He sent the email with a sense of anticipation, hoping that someone with the right expertise would recognize the object's significance. With the email sent, all he could do was wait for a reply. Dr. Susan Lee, a leading scientist at the university, received Mark's email and was intrigued by the images. Known for her work in material science, she recognized the object's potential importance immediately. She forwarded the email to her colleagues, suggesting a field trip to the discovery site. As she prepared for the investigation, Dr. Lee couldn't shake the feeling that they were on the brink of an extraordinary find. Dr. Lee quickly assembled a small team and scheduled an expedition to the site for the following day. She chose her best field researchers, including Dr. Patterson, an expert in geology, and Dr. Rivera, a skilled engineer. They gathered their tools, imaging equipment, and protective gear, preparing for whatever lay ahead. The team's excitement was palpable, and they discussed the various possibilities with growing anticipation. The next morning, Mark guided Dr. Lee and her team to the location of the strange object he found. The hike was easier in the daylight, and Mark's confidence in navigating the terrain reassured the group. Dr. Lee took notes while they walked, jotting down observations about the environment. Once they arrived at the spot, Mark pointed out the area where he had reburied the object. The scientists worked diligently to excavate the object, revealing more of its complex structure. Dr. Patterson measured the surrounding soil layers, while Dr. Rivera used precision tools to clear away the earth. Mark assisted as much as he could, feeling a sense of pride and curiosity. As they unearthed more of the object, its intricate patterns and unfamiliar materials became increasingly evident, deepening the mystery. The metallic object appeared to be part of a larger mechanism, though its purpose remained a mystery. Dr. Rivera speculated that it might be a fragment of a more extensive network or device. The team photographed and cataloged every detail, making careful notes for further analysis. Despite their expertise, none of them could identify the origin or function of the object, heightening their intrigue. Dr. Lee's team transported the object back to the university lab for further analysis. They securely packed the artifact in a specially designed crate, ensuring its protection during transit. Once back at the university, they carefully unloaded it and began the process of setting up a detailed examination. Mark watched as the team's excitement grew, knowing this step could unveil more secrets. Upon initial examination, the material composition of the object baffled the scientists. Dr. Patterson conducted several tests to determine its elemental makeup, but found no matches with known substances. Dr. Rivera analyzed the structural design, noting its advanced engineering and seamless construction. Dr. Lee compiled the data, aware that they were dealing with something unprecedented. The lab buzzed with the team's focused energy. The object's design and materials did not match any known technology on Earth. Dr. Lee cross-referenced their findings with global databases and consulted with international colleagues. Nothing came close to explaining the object's construction or origin. This enigma intrigued them further, pushing the team to theorize about its possible extraterrestrial connections. The possibility that they had discovered something otherworldly was on everyone's mind. News of the strange object spread, catching the interest of government agencies and the public. Reports of the mysterious find leaked to the media, sparking a wave of interest and speculation. Journalists sought interviews, and curious onlookers gathered near the university. Government officials reached out to Dr. Lee, offering resources and expressing their concern about national security. The discovery had become a public sensation. The area where the object was found was soon fenced off and designated a restricted zone. Authorities were quick to establish control, setting up barriers and posting guards to prevent unauthorized access. Dr. Lee's team received special clearance to continue their fieldwork under stringent supervision. The heightened security added a layer of tension and urgency to their research, as they remained determined to uncover the truth. Mark felt both excited and uneasy about the growing attention and the authorities' involvement. He appreciated the recognition, but was wary of the heavy-handed approach by officials. The increased presence of security made him nervous, though he trusted Dr. Lee and her team. For now, Mark focused on assisting where he could, hopeful that their combined efforts would lead to groundbreaking discoveries. Television crews arrived in droves to cover the ongoing investigation. Mark suddenly found himself in the limelight, a reluctant local celebrity. Reporters lined up to get his perspective, cameras flashing in his face. While Mark was overwhelmed by the attention, he remained cooperative, wanting the world to understand the significance of his discovery. News segments showed him recounting his initial find, sparking curiosity nationwide. Meanwhile, scientists at the university lab continued their detailed analysis of the object. Dr. Lee and her team delved deeper into its unusual properties, discovering unique electromagnetic fields and temperature anomalies. The more they studied it, the more questions arose, challenging their understanding of physics and materials science. Each new discovery only intensified their curiosity, pushing them to solve the ever-deepening mystery. One day, Dr. Rivera noticed something fascinating. A section of the object bore markings that resembled ancient constellations. She cross-referenced these with star charts and historical records, finding uncanny matches. This revelation added another layer of intrigue, prompting the team to study these markings more closely. They speculated about the significance, pondering whether these patterns were a clue to the object's origins. The team couldn't ignore the mounting evidence suggesting extraterrestrial origins. The unusual materials, advanced engineering, and star-like markings pointed to possibilities beyond Earth. Dr. Lee explored theories about extraterrestrial visitors in the past, linking their findings to ancient mythologies and sightings. Each hypothesis generated vigorous debate among the team, as they tried to comprehend the implications of what they were uncovering. During another round of examinations, Dr. Lee's team discovered an unopened compartment within the object. This section appeared incredibly well sealed, unlike anything they had encountered before. The idea of what this compartment could contain both excited and unnerved the scientists. They began planning how to carefully open the compartment, knowing that it could hold the key to understanding the object's purpose and origin. Despite their best efforts, the team struggled to break the compartment's seal. They used a variety of specialized tools and techniques, but the compartment remained resolutely closed. This unyielding resistance puzzled them, as they theorized about the storage's significance. Was it a protective measure, or something even more complex? Regardless, they knew they needed to find a way to access whatever lay inside. As they continued their attempts, the team conducted tests on the compartment door. They discovered that the material exhibited extraordinary resilience, unlike any known substance on Earth. Dr. Patterson recorded its tensile strength, noting that it far surpassed even the toughest man-made materials. This remarkable find only deepened the mystery, making them even more determined to understand the object's true nature. Government officials, observing the unfolding events, expressed interest in taking a more direct role in the investigation. They proposed providing additional resources and security measures. Though some scientists worried about potential restrictions, Dr. Lee received formal communications outlining the government's plans and offering support. The team realized that their research might soon be under closer scrutiny, adding a new layer of complexity. Amid the growing frenzy, Mark was invited to speak at a major press conference. Initially hesitant, he agreed, seeing it as an opportunity to share his experience in his own words. Standing behind the podium, he recounted the fateful day he discovered the object, describing the events that followed. His candid narration captivated the audience, bringing a personal touch to the scientific mystery. Mark's account captivated the audience, sparking a wave of theories and speculation. Journalists and scientists alike applauded his bravery and curiosity. As Mark concluded, questions flooded in, ranging from his personal feelings to the potential implications of his find. His storytelling reignited public and academic interest, driving a renewed sense of urgency and wonder about what lay inside the compartment and the object's origins. While public fascination grew, Scientists focused on understanding the object's components. Dr. Lee and her team performed several tests, analyzing every inch of the strange structure. They noted the intricate design and advanced technology. Engineers were brought in to assist with the mechanical aspects, trying to reverse engineer the object's functions. Their combined efforts painted a picture of technology far beyond current human capabilities, pushing their curiosity to unprecedented levels. The team succeeded in opening a small section of the compartment. With careful precision, they cut through the resilient material, unveiling a complex array of devices inside. These devices were unlike anything seen before, with unfamiliar markings and glowing interfaces. The scientists gingerly handled these items, recording their characteristics and documenting every find. This success sparked hope and wonder, fueling further efforts to unlock the compartment's secrets. Among the items revealed were devices that emitted faint signals. An array of these gadgets filled the compartment, sparking curiosity among the team. One of the most intriguing finds was a detailed map with peculiar constellations. The scientists scrutinized this map late into the night, comparing it to known star charts. The unusual constellations suggested the map depicted an entirely different region of space, potentially pointing to the object's origin. Scientists worked tirelessly to decode the symbols and signals from the discovered devices. Cryptographers were enlisted to decipher the complex markings, employing software and old-fashioned techniques. Meanwhile, engineers tried to understand the functioning of these devices by conducting non-invasive tests. The process was slow, but steady progress was made. Every decoded symbol or signal brought them one step closer to understanding the ultimate purpose of these mysterious artifacts. Tests on the devices indicated they were made from materials not found on Earth. This revelation sent waves of excitement through the scientific community. The unusual composition of the materials added credence to the extraterrestrial theory. Metallurgists and chemists conducted exhaustive tests, confirming that the elements had no terrestrial equivalent. This groundbreaking discovery shed new light on their mission, implying that the object's technologies were truly out of this world. With every new discovery, public intrigue and media coverage continued to escalate. News outlets ran headlines about potential alien technology, stimulating wild theories and debates among the populace. Social media buzzed with discussions, memes, and speculations. The scientists found themselves in an unexpected spotlight, their every move chronicled and critiqued by an eager public. The world's eyes were on them, awaiting further revelations about the enigmatic object in the forest. Scientists felt immense pressure to explain the origins and purpose of the mysterious object. Dr. Lee and her team worked around the clock, knowing the high stakes involved. Peer reviews and inspections became regular occurrences, adding to the intensity of their work. It wasn't just scientific curiosity driving them anymore. They were now accountable to the entire world. Each day brought new challenges and discoveries, pushing them to the limits of their endurance. Government officials increased security around the site and the university lab. Fencing and surveillance systems were installed, and access was tightly controlled. Only authorized personnel could enter, with background checks conducted rigorously. The object and its components were deemed sensitive, and the last thing anyone wanted was theft or tampering. This heightened security ensured the integrity of the research and safeguarded the enigmatic discoveries from falling into the wrong hands. Researchers meticulously documented all findings, maintaining a sense of scientific rigor. Every piece of data was recorded, analyzed, and stored securely. Detailed logs were kept, noting who accessed the materials and when. Peer-reviewed journals eagerly accepted their papers, filled with groundbreaking insights and meticulous documentation. This transparency and diligence ensured that the research remained credible and reliable, providing a sturdy foundation for understanding the mysterious object's origins. One scientist proposed the object might be a fragment from a larger extraterrestrial craft. The idea seemed plausible given the advanced technology and unique materials. Dr. Rivera presented this hypothesis, suggesting that the objects could be remnants of a larger structure that once traversed the stars. This theory captivated the team, prompting them to explore the possibility further. It sparked a wave of excitement and curiosity, driving their research in new directions. After extensive testing, the team confirmed that the object's materials were unlike any known on Earth. The lab bustled with excitement and activity as technicians and scientists scrutinized their findings. Advanced spectrometers and electron microscopes showed elements and compounds that had no earthly matches. This revelation reinforced the team's belief that the object could truly be of extraterrestrial origin. It spurred them on, encouraging even more rigorous and detailed analyses. Dr. Lee communicated with international experts, seeking their insights on the artifacts. She held video conferences with renowned scientists from Europe and Asia, sharing data and getting their perspectives. These global discussions provided fresh viewpoints, helping to piece together the puzzle. International collaboration also meant access to different technologies and methodologies, complementing the team's efforts. Together, they delved deeper into the mysteries, hoping to uncover even more groundbreaking findings. Mark struggled to balance his normal life with the sudden demands of media attention. Reporters camped outside his house, and constant phone calls disrupted his routine. Balancing being a part-time lab assistant and a full-time media sensation was tough. Friends and family offered support, but the pressure was relentless. He tried to maintain normalcy, but the intrigue surrounding the forest discovery made his life anything but ordinary. A public opinion poll revealed widespread belief in the object's extraterrestrial origin. TV shows and newspapers conducted surveys, and the results were astounding. A significant portion of the population was convinced that the object came from another world. Social media was abuzz with discussions about aliens and space travel. While skeptics remained, the general mood leaned toward belief in an extraordinary explanation, adding fuel to the media frenzy. Dr. Lee and her team prepared to present their preliminary findings at an international conference. They worked late nights, compiling data and creating detailed presentations. Each slide represented countless hours of analysis, and every graph told a part of their story. The pressure was heavy, but they knew this was their moment to shine. They rehearsed their talks, ensuring each point was clear and compelling. Excitement and nerves mixed as the conference day approached. The media frenzy intensified as the conference date approached, with news outlets speculating heavily. Reporters hounded the research team for comments and scoops. Headlines ranged from "Alien Technology Unveiled" to "Scientists Poised for Major Revelation." The public eagerly consumed every update, their imaginations running wild. This whirlwind of attention added to the team's stress, but it also highlighted the significance of their work. They had captured the world's interest. At the conference, Dr. Lee presented the team's findings, leaving many attendees stunned. She detailed the unique materials, the inexplicable technologies, and the mysterious symbols. The room buzzed with astonishment and curiosity. Questions flooded in, ranging from the technical to the speculative. Dr. Lee and her colleagues answered with careful precision, maintaining scientific integrity. The presentation was a success, and it solidified their research's importance on an international stage. The discovery prompted heated discussions among scientists about the possibility of extraterrestrial life. Panel debates, roundtable discussions, and informal conversations all centered around this tantalizing idea. While some remained skeptical, citing the need for more evidence, Others were more open to the possibilities. The conference became a melting pot of ideas and theories, each adding to the collective understanding. This vibrant discourse fueled further exploration and innovation. Following the conference, international collaborative efforts aimed at deciphering the object's contents increased. Teams from around the world offered their expertise and resources. Joint research initiatives were formed, pooling knowledge and technology for a unified goal. This global cooperation ushered in a new era of scientific collaboration. Researchers communicated across borders, sharing findings and breakthroughs with remarkable speed. Together, they hoped to unlock the remaining secrets of the enigmatic object. Tensions rose as different government agencies vied for control over the investigation. Each department wanted a piece of the action, seeing the potential for groundbreaking advancements. Military, space, and scientific branches all pushed for dominance. This internal tug-of-war complicated matters, occasionally stalling progress. Dr. Lee and her team tried to remain focused amid the bureaucratic chaos. They knew that their mission transcended politics, aiming to uncover truths that belong to all of humanity. Dr. Lee advocated for transparency and continued academic collaboration despite political pressures. She believed that keeping the findings open to the public and scientific communities worldwide was crucial. In meetings, she emphasized the importance of shared knowledge over secrecy. Her stance sometimes put her at odds with authorities who favored more controlled dissemination. Nevertheless, Dr. Lee remained committed to her principles, fighting to ensure that the research benefited everyone, not just a select few. Mark attended a special event honoring his discovery, where he met various influential figures. The mayor, a few state senators, and even some celebrities were in attendance. Mark felt a mix of pride and awkwardness as he shook hands and posed for pictures. He gave a short speech, thanking the community and the research team. The event was a whirlwind, filled with congratulations and questions about what would come next. It was a night he'd never forget. The object's significance was acknowledged by several renowned scientists and political leaders. Articles and reports continued to surface, each one highlighting the potential implications of the discovery. Renowned scientists publicly expressed their amazement and curiosity, and political leaders discussed the impact on national security and technological advancement. The attention validated the team's hard work and further motivated them to delve deeper. The object was no longer just a curiosity, it was a focal point for future research. Meanwhile, ongoing analysis suggested possible advanced technological applications from the discovered devices. Engineers and scientists brainstormed, envisioning new advancements in energy, communication, and materials science. The devices hinted at technologies far beyond conventional understanding, opening up a realm of fascinating possibilities. Dr. Lee's team collaborated with experts in various fields, hoping to translate their findings into practical innovations. The promise of these applications added even more urgency to their research. Security protocols tightened further as fears of potential misuse of the unknown technologies emerged. Authorities increased their presence around the research facility, and additional clearance levels were imposed. The team had to navigate new layers of bureaucracy and security checks, which sometimes slowed their work. Despite the inconvenience, they understood the necessity. Safeguarding the findings from falling into the wrong hands became a priority, though it added yet another layer of complexity to their mission. Rumors circulated about secret experiments being conducted on the object and its components. Some suggested that clandestine projects were underway, aiming to weaponize the newfound technology. Speculations ranged from plausible to wild, fueling conspiracy theories and public concern. Dr. Lee and her team stayed focused on their legitimate research, but the whispers were hard to ignore. They knew transparency would be their best defense against such rumors, but balancing openness with security remained a challenge. Dr. Lee's team remained committed to their primary goal of understanding and sharing their honest findings. They meticulously documented their processes and results, anticipating future scrutiny. Regularly scheduled updates and publications aimed to keep the scientific community informed and engaged. The team's dedication to integrity and transparency helped maintain public trust and credibility. Even under pressure from various fronts, they continued to prioritize the pursuit of knowledge over any potential personal or political gain. Unexpectedly, one compartment of the object unsealed itself, revealing more contents. This new development caught the team off guard, sparking a flurry of activity and excitement. Inside the compartment lay more devices, each stranger than the last. The team quickly moved to document and analyze the newly revealed items. This unexpected turn added a new layer to their investigation, presenting fresh mysteries to unravel and reinforcing the object's enigmatic nature. The newly revealed compartment housed an array of devices and a map with unknown constellations. This discovery offered more questions than answers, adding to the intrigue. The map puzzled the astronomers in the group, who worked tirelessly to decode its significance. The devices, meanwhile, were carefully catalogued for further study. The object's origins seemed even more mysterious now, hinting that it might be connected to regions of space humanity had yet to explore. The mysterious devices and map hinted that the object's origins might be as distant as the stars themselves. This extraordinary possibility aligned strangely with local legends of a star carriage lost in the woods. As public interest grew, the authorities fenced off the area. Inside, scientists continued their work, decoding the symbols and testing the materials, which showed unusual resilience and composition unlike any known elements on Earth. The revelations startled even seasoned researchers. This finding aligned oddly with local legends of a star carriage lost in the woods generations ago. These stories, passed down through several generations, told of a glowing object that had appeared in the night sky and then vanished into the forest. Some older residents in town remembered hearing these tales from their grandparents and believed them to be nothing more than folklore. Now, these legends seemed to hold a grain of truth. As the public's interest grew, the authorities fenced off the area surrounding the discovery site. Curious onlookers frequently gathered outside the barriers, hoping to catch a glimpse of the mysterious object. Signs were posted, warning against unauthorized entry. The increased security measures tried to balance public curiosity with scientific integrity. The once quiet forest had turned into a hub of activity, with police officers patrolling and journalists seeking any scraps of news. Inside the fenced area, scientists continued their work, decoding symbols and testing materials. They meticulously documented every scratch, every unknown mark they found on the object. An entire section was dedicated to analyzing the strange devices found within the compartments. Days turned into nights, and nights into days, but the team remained unwavering. Their collective curiosity and determination fueled the search for understanding this enigmatic discovery. The materials showed unusual resilience and compositional properties not matched by known Earth elements. Metals that wouldn't corrode, substances that didn't react to high temperatures. It was all baffling. Dr. Lee's team continued to run tests, finding that the materials could withstand pressures and conditions far beyond what was typical for terrestrial technologies. The unique properties suggested the object's materials might have an extraterrestrial origin, adding a new layer of excitement and mystery. The implications of the findings startled even the seasoned researchers involved in the project. Some of them had worked on highly classified projects before, but this was different. The potential breakthroughs in materials, science, energy, and even our understanding of the universe were staggering. Each new piece of data seemed to contradict conventional scientific wisdom, making the researchers question what they truly knew about the laws of nature. It was revolutionary, to say the least. Government agencies intensified their demand for control over the investigation. High-ranking officials began visiting the site, each asserting their authority and making clear the national importance of the findings. Security clearance levels shot through the roof. Classified briefings were held more frequently, and researchers found themselves needing to walk a fine line between their scientific curiosity and the bureaucratic constraints imposed upon them. The project's scope seemed to be shifting from pure science to matters of national security. Dr. Lee called for a balanced approach, emphasizing international scientific cooperation. In meetings, she argued that the object represented a potential leap forward for all of humanity, not just one nation. She pushed for collaboration with institutions and researchers from around the globe, believing that shared expertise would fast-track understanding. Though some colleagues were cautious about sharing too much, Dr. Lee's vision of collective progress resonated with many, slowly influencing the direction of the project. Mark grappled with his newfound fame, trying to remain grounded amidst the chaotic developments. Friends and neighbors treated him like a local hero, and his phone rang non-stop with interview requests. Despite the sudden attention, he continued his daily hikes, finding solace in the familiar trails. He often thought back to the day he stumbled upon the object, wondering what would come next. In the whirlwind, Mark just hoped to retain a part of his old life. The team's ongoing research fueled further anticipation for potential breakthroughs in technology and knowledge. Each new discovery was met with a mix of excitement and skepticism from the broader scientific community. Reports suggested advancements in energy storage, new alloys with remarkable properties, and even speculative technologies for space travel. Conferences were held and papers published, each inching closer to unraveling the object's secrets. The world watched, eager for the next big revelation. As the investigation continued, the world waited anxiously for more answers about the mysterious object and its origins. News outlets kept the story on the front page. Governments held secret meetings, and everyday people speculated about what it all meant. Was this proof of extraterrestrial life? A breakthrough in human technology? The uncertainty was palpable. The scientific team worked tirelessly, aware of the immense responsibility they carried. All eyes were on them as they sought the truth.